Russian FPV drone operators attacked a German M113 A3 infantry fighting vehicle stuck in the mud in the Kursk border region. After the vehicles got stuck in the mud, the crew got out of the vehicles and drove away. Other vehicles coming to rescue the German infantry fighting vehicle were also attacked by drones. Russian FPV drone attacks continue in the Kursk region. Ukrainian armed forces soldiers driving a pickup truck jump out of the car at the last moment from a Russian FPV drone attacking their vehicle. Jumping out of a fast-moving vehicle is very dangerous, but they have to do it to survive the drone attack. To tell the truth, this is again not a solution, because after jumping out of the pickup, another FPV drone can attack you again. This time you may even be an easier target because you are in open terrain. What decision would you make in the soldier's place?
The APC of the Ukrainian armed forces was hit and immobilized. This was followed by another attack and a powerful explosion when the ammunition in the armored vehicle exploded. Russian troops continue to advance in Pokrovsk. Drones, artillery, Grad MLRS are actively fighting day and night. In the Konstantinovsky direction, drone gunners of the 27th Artillery Regiment interrupted the movement of a tank of the armed forces of Ukraine. The tank stopped as a result of the impact, and the crew quickly abandoned the tank. Left alone and defenseless, the tank was destroyed by successive drone strikes.
A Ukrainian T-64BV traveling alone northwest of Novoselivka was targeted by Russian FPV drones. My guess is that the T-64BV was on its way on a mission, but it did not realize that it was being tracked by Russian drones. As the T-64 was traveling on the road, suddenly a drone hit it and a fire broke out. As it continued burning, a second drone attacked. The vehicle stopped in the middle of the road. The crew got out of the vehicle and drove away.
Russian paratroopers repelled an attack by the armed forces of Ukraine near Chasiv Yar.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
The 24th Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces participated in the offensive. Russian paratroopers of the 98th Division of the Russian Airborne Troops opposed the Ukrainian troops. The offensive itself took place east of Mykolaiivka. The loss of armored vehicles of the armed forces of Ukraine during the repulsion of the attack was recorded as follows: 1 T-72 M1 tank, MTLB, BMP, and BREMCH. The latter tried to evacuate the APC M113. Also, Ukrainian troops abandoned an armored vehicle Novator, mistaken for a Turkish Kirpi. Soldiers of the Vostok Group destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces T-64 tank near the village of Bogatyr in Donetsk. The combat vehicle exploded on an anti-tank mine. The impact of a Lancet barrage ammunition caused the tank's ammunition package to explode. FPV drones finished off the target. Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
I don't have any information about the region in which this video was made, but the vehicle destroyed in the video is the Ukrainian BMP-1. The BMP-1 is destroyed by attacking with a Russian-made Lancet drone. The Lancet drone is a kamikaze unmanned aerial vehicle developed by Russia. specifically designed to carry out attacks against sensitive targets on the battlefield. Such drones are widely used in modern warfare for both reconnaissance and destruction missions. A tank of the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed by a large explosion in the Kursk region. There is no information in the text of the news about what caused the explosion. My guess is that the tank hit a mine, as a result of which the tank exploded.
Soldiers of the 752nd Motorized Infantry Regiment of the 20th Guards, all-combat army of the Western Group, repelled an attack by assault groups of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Azov, destroying 3 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, a large number of equipment and shelters near the village of Nadia in Luhansk. Russian fiber optic drone operators, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, destroyed the American-made M113 armored personnel carrier used by the Ukrainian armed forces. Unlike other drones, fiber optic drones are almost impossible to stop with technology. In other words, signal interrupters or other devices cannot stop fiber optics. But if the drone's connection to the cable breaks, communication is lost. This is very difficult to do because the cable is very thin and a human cannot see it on the battlefield. If you notice, the back doors of armored vehicles always remain open after they are abandoned. This makes it easier to destroy the vehicle. Kursk border region, near the village of Guevo. A Russian attack drone, while reconnoitering the forest belt for an attack, found 2 soldiers hiding in a destroyed car. And that's what happened. A Ukrainian soldier recorded footage of how Russian FPV drones hit Ukrainian armed forces vehicles has emerged. A group of 2 vehicles were traveling on the road when Russian attack drones followed the vehicles and attacked them one after the other, stopping them. Footage of clashes on the border with Krasnoyaruzhsky district of Belgorod region. Russian drone operators destroyed the German tank Leopard 2 near the settlement of Petrushka. According to the plan of the armed forces of Ukraine, expensive German tanks were to participate in combat operations already on Russian territory. But drone operators did not allow this, and the tanks were destroyed. Russian drone operators detected the machine gun position of the Ukrainian armed forces. Then the drones slowly approached the position and penetrated inside, destroying the position. After the drone exploded, the ammunition in the fortress also exploded, and 2 powerful explosions occurred. The Ukrainian armed forces tried to pretend to surrender and seize weapons, but the southern Russian troops would not allow it. Do you think this is a war crime? By the way, this is not the first case of pretended surrender. We have seen similar cases before. In the context of military law, it is one of the acts that violate the international laws of war. It's a form of deception to gain military superiority in violation of common courtesies. It is classified as a war crime. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. In the direction of Kharkiv, Russian FPV drones found an American 155mm M777 howitzer camouflaged. The attack drones then promptly removed the camouflage and destroyed the towed howitzer. They then found an abandoned Striker APC in the same direction. They then destroyed it as well. While on the road, the drone operators destroyed 2 Ukrainian armed forces pickups with REB systems, hitting them directly in front of them.
Давай, нормально все будет.
Examination of a British FV-103 Spartan armored vehicle and an American M113 armored vehicle destroyed in a liberated area of the Kursk region.
Вот они, пидорасы.
Drones of the 200th Independent Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade discovered a camouflaged T-64BV tank in the direction of Kramatorsk. The aircraft-type attack drone then took action and hit the tank. Then the tank started to burn. There were 2 drone strikes and, against all odds, the tank was scrapped after the 3rd drone strike. The 2nd and 3rd drones were fiber optic drones. Prince Vandal of Novgorod. Near Uspinovka and Nadezhdinka, 2 American-made M113 APCs were again destroyed by fiber optic drones. As a result of previous attacks, the M113 was immobilized, and a fiber optic drone slowly approached and destroyed it to end its mission. The reason for destroying immobilized or abandoned armored vehicles is that these vehicles could be a trap. Therefore, destroying such vehicles is the safest option. Another M113 armored vehicle lost its movement after being hit by a drone. As usual, the back door was left open, and the drone easily entered and destroyed the armored vehicle. Kharkiv direction. VT-40 drone operators intercepted the movement of a pickup of the armed forces of Ukraine. The vehicle stopped in an open field and caught fire. An armored personnel arrived to evacuate the personnel of the vehicle. They wanted to move the personnel to a safe area, but Russian drones were following them. Just as the crew in the armored vehicle was being evacuated, another VT-40 drone hit the armored vehicle. In the morning, another attack drone came to check the armored vehicle. All the doors of the vehicle were open, making it an easy target. There were supplies in the armored vehicle. Another pickup truck carrying supplies was found in the same settlement, which also did not escape the attack of Russian drones. UAV operators of the 30th Separate and 14th Separate Guards, Special Forces Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed a German-made Leopard 1, a 5 tank in the South Donetsk direction. In the direction of Zaporizhzhia, a tank of the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed by Russian FPV drone operators. Even though it was camouflaged in the bushes, Russian FPV drones detected the tank and destroyed it with successive FPV drone strikes. The crew of the tank is nowhere to be seen. I guess they thought there was nothing they could do. Russian tank crews attack Ukrainian armed forces positions near the settlement of Chasiv Yar. The group of 4 tanks disperses when they get close to the settlement, and a few of them advance towards the settlement center, while others go to the forest belt. All positions were destroyed. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The constant confrontation between unmanned aerial vehicles and the means of defense against them continues. With the advent of UAVs using fiber optics, Ukraine's REB has actually lost its effectiveness. Footage from the Donetsk region shows a new tactic of the Ukrainian armed forces, the production of realistic mock-ups of equipment. The video shows a BMP mock-up, which from a distance is very difficult to distinguish from the real thing. A tank that had fallen into a ditch. After some maintenance and repairs, it is ready for active combat duty. Fatal accident for the American International Max Pro. The armored vehicle, subjected to intense Russian attack, was now abandoned. A Russian drone slowly approached the vehicle and sat in the driver's seat to operate it.